Welcome to the Chantel Hart Show blog. This is a special. I wanted to do a cover story transcribed on Kim Burrell, Hudson, Leandria Johnson, Sunday Best, and Fantasia Barrino, Aretha Franklin. We'll be right back. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Chantel Hart Show blog. Is the time 6:39 a.m. and the weather probably looks rainy. I don't have the exact weather, but it has been a rainforest out here this weekend in Illinois. So it's Saturday, and this is my early morning show, special edition. And I uploaded the show and then I deleted it. And I'm going to find the other comment that I posted. I'm going to delete it because I don't want a lawsuit. I don't want a debate argument. I don't want new threats coming towards me. I'm already an ID theft victim. I don't need anything else added to the fire. So welcome to the Chantel Hart Show. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to the Springer broadcast. Welcome and good evening, or should I say, I'm sorry, good morning. It's 6:42 in the morning. This is the Chantel Hart Show blog. No, this really is. Episode 43, Season 1 of the Springer, Spotify, iHeart, Anchor Listen Podcasts, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud, podcast store platforms. I want to transcribe in my own words briefly. ID theft. I still am a current victim of that as of May of 2019. Still have not heard from the children. No contact, no updates, corrupted industries, corrupted jurisdictional systems, elite mad organizations and runners, cults, trafficking, victimized. So God has a plan, and Godspeed all those who have been afflicted out there, who are waiting on justice, affected by the SEC, Treasury, White House scandals. May God be with you. Trump did respond into a letter, according to the Macon County judge, to me in a hearing January 29th of 2019. And verified that my letter from President Trump was real. So those who have been fighting for me and showed up in court hearings for me, the record executive of In-Group's Interscope, Universal Republic, Warner Chappell, Fontana, The Orchard, EMI, TDE, BMI, ASCAP, investor of these platforms, as well as there's many other labels. I've recently been muscled in corners to the hostile takeover threats, goons, cults, obsessors, angry politicians since the age of 14 years old. I'm now 36. So that's how long I've been running, ducking, dodging, being affected, captured, and God has sent help. And in this day and time, in the last 17 years, I've been clearly out of my mind from rituals performed on me, failed tests to be cloned. It didn't work. So those who have spoken out about it, myself and millions and billions of others, Melissa Ford, Terry Crews, Chris Brown, Rihanna, Beyonce, those who were affected by this, and interviews who may have been taken down, Godspeed be with us all, I want to say that I am here to inspire individuals, myself, and those who've experienced my situation to keep hope and keep the faith in my transcribed words. I want to speak out about Kim Burrell, shading Fantasia Barrino. This is the Kim Burrell segment. They get their own spotlight on the Springer Radio broadcast streaming the Chantel Hart Show blog. I saw where Kim Burrell went on a shade rant insulting against Fantasia. Aretha and Wendy Williams had a live discussion. Wendy was interviewing Aretha, and I get the pleasure to call her Riri, those closest to her family and friends that she gave permission to. Everybody didn't have this permission. So, you were close when you got to say Nippy and or Riri. And others who gave me their nicknames as well as I've given mine. This radio broadcast streaming live at 6:46 a.m. In the morning, Illinois. The Aretha biopic show and/or movie, that was supposed to be done. Aretha Franklin did not say that she choose Fantasia or Hudson. What she said was whoever does it has to take it seriously. And in saying that, she was just saying you have to be talented. She doesn't want no mediocre or amateur. And we all know that when we really look out here and search, whether it be anybody, anywhere, so far the one that has been eligible and, long going and most requested since her death has been Fantasia Barrino. And I give my vote. And I go for Barrino. And Hudson, Leandra Johnson, Kim Burrell, myself, Chantel Hart, the DJ, but Chantel Maxwell-Hobson, the radio exec, WSUS iHeart radio announcer, have played these big platforms as well. I myself, Grammy, Emmy, Oscar, Encore, Awards, Stellar, Tony Broadway, I've done music, movies, film director, so I've had my credits and my share of my talent. This is not the point where we should belittle people as being church leaders. I have a whole bunch of words here that I'm going to transcribe and save it for my blog content because I'm getting pretty disgusted with what I'm saying and who I'm saying it about. So the transcribed words I was trying to read will be on the WordPress, the Chantel Hart Show blog.wordpress.com, and then it'll be streamed with the other links that will be synced together. But briefly, I just wanted to say it hurt me very bad to my heart knowing of Kim Burrell, meeting Tasia and her family, knowing and working and collaborating with other singers out of Atlanta and Florida and Chicago. It was annoying. So just be careful, to Marvin Winans and Dorinda Clark Cole and Leandria Johnson, the leaders and pastors, myself, of churches who was brought up into the ministry. Let's just be careful in what we say and how we say it to people. Let's use our wisdom and our choice of words wisely. I was going to go an hour and just kind of specializing in what I felt, but again, I'll leave it for the content because I'm just really disturbed. Dietrich Hatton said it well. He said it best when he said he was going to use his words and speak against, give a definition of the church hurt. And I think he put it in the most perfect content, in the most perfect words, explained in the most perfect way. Although he's got a lot of controversy and enemies now because of his videos. So big ups. Let's just be careful in what we say. Let's inspire. Let's speak wisely. Let's speak in kind words. I am Boss Lady still. Of all the labels I've called out, I launched the Virtuoso Distribution and Music Gospel label. I've also been known in the secular world as Watch Poppin', the Cardi B, SZA, TDE, developed Jania Eiko, Big Bryson Tiller, Big Sean, Chris Brown played the role of Chris. I just am so inspired, my years in session singer as Jessie J, creating that artist, creating SZA, creating Cardi B, creating Jania Eiko, creating LMA. Creating all the 1,000 of artists that I went into creating, putting Kim Burrell on my platform and signing her on the song and management team as a life coach and shaping and just like putting the money in there where they belonged and they who shined and the artists that I really looked up to. Kim Burrell came on that roster and was, she was afraid if you come forward, then I won't be the artist that I am if you come back and be you. That's not true, Kim Burrell. You're going to be you because you're Kim. You were born Kim. There's only one Kim Burrell, and that's why you shine. There's only one Sonia Chantel, and this is why I shine as the civil rights leader, activist, ambassador that I am, brand ambassador, music mogul that I am, is because we all have our own individual rights. Fantasia Barrino, Jennifer Hudson, the loud Broadway singer who took on Jennifer Holliday. So we respect these people. And so I would say that Fantasia Barrino's match could possibly be Aretha Franklin. So there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that was very disrespectful to even throw Leandria Johnson in the mix and she was nowhere to be found. And I get that we were highlighting her and we were boosting her and encouraging her. But that just wasn't the platform. And Kim's jealousy shined and showed. And it shows her true colors. Let's just do better, Kim. I have to do better. We all have to do better. Leandria Johnson's over there trying to do better on her platform. So let's just, let bygones be bygones and be respectful. I wanted to say it was never in my intention to say anything to hurt anybody. If I have, I'm sorry. If I've offended you, if I've worn anything, if I've said anything, if I've looked at you and gave you a certain gesture, I am sorry. I am so sorry. It is God's divine purpose why he removed me out of the platforms that he did. So I'm grateful because God has a better purpose. And don't count me out. You will see me again when God allows me to come back and rise up on the platforms and the seats and the chairs that I sat in. So God allowed me to go how I went to deliver me and rescue me out of the cult hands and the trafficking hands and dysfunctional, bogus, fake marriages, arranged, satanic, setup. And God, and I was of God and I wasn't of those things. And so those mentors and ministers and yoga leaders trying to pray with me and over me became irritated. And so this controlling puppeteer type of thing, magician, witches, and all this stuff, I'm just not into that. You got the people who's into it. Respect the people who are not into it. Those who invited me into that, I pray that God's speed be with you. God, avenge me of my adversaries. Avenge the children of their adversaries and those out there who need you, God. Avenge them of their adversaries and allow us to forgive and move forward and move on and be protected from these psychotic, twisted individuals who keep coming for us and hurt and beat my children who are not with me, but yet who grew up in the house of those that were demonic and satanic. and their testaments have been out there as proof, and the investigations have come forth. So I pray the day that my children comes through that door, and I love them, and I pray with them, and we're in our own house away from everything, and it's just us, and we have our own protection and bodyguards and money and funding to take care of them the way that it was supposed to be before I got ripped away, became a missing person that was never, reported. So I'm 31 minutes into the show. I wanted to say that let's not live the double lives. If we live the double lives, let's stop judging and just be real, be you, mind your own business, and do you. I had a vision where God wanted me to tell the people, he wrote writings in the sky, the skies turned gray and everything around me became still. It says, though I was another person, Beersheba, a name that was called, the city where I stood, in the ancient countries in Europe. And I've been blessed to travel and see those things. God was saying, I'm still their God. Let them know that I'll always be there for them. I'm still here. I hear their cries. I am their God. I am their leader. I will lead them. I will feed them. I will heal them. I will take care of them. But they choose a man to lead, a king. I am their God. There's only one Lord, one faith, one baptism, basically. So he's wanting me to let the people know he is still there. He's still here. He hears us. Let him be your God. Not just any God. Not magic, not crystals, not sprinkles, not those kind of things. But get on your knees wholeheartedly, for the beginners. God, who are you? Come to me where I dwell. Speak to me, speak in my life, come to my dreams, send the angels and wisdom and instruction so that I may come into understanding and knowing of you. Because God is God of all knowing. He's God of knowing and seeing and hearing of all things. We do not have privacy, ladies and gentlemen. We just don't. I am not a rabbi. I am not a Jehovah's Witness. I am not a freak. I am not a weirdo. I am not a lesbian. I am not a sex offender. I am not anything like that. I'm a Christian who has been controlled and things have been put on me and on my name. And it is unfair, and I speak out. I have not done any of these things. I have not done any of those things that was exploited of me. I have the right to speak out and express that I am a mother. I am a sister. I am a friend. I am loyal. I was a wife, so I thought, And the man that I loved the most with all my heart and soul, I never got to love him, There was misunderstandings. There was pressures where we couldn't love each other. Since the days that we were in kindergarten and first grade, loving each other, wanting to hold each other's hands and go forth. And then when we really realized what we wanted and went our separate way, life brought us back to each other. And it still didn't work after that. So it's God's divine purpose for those who go through situations and relationships like that. We have to say, God, what do you have for us? Is it even for us to be of this? Here I am leading my own life, singing my own songs. But God, what songs would you have for me to sing? Give me the lyrics, like Lecrae said. I'll have the pen, but you give me the lyrics. You be my guide. You speak. So I just wanted to say, as you go forth to God in his presence and ask him to, reveal himself to you. Let's learn God's laws. He spared so many lives, my life, your life. And we lean not into our own understanding. The foundation will fail and sink. We will prevail with God. He be for us, then the whole world be against us. Excuse me. So I'm excited and I don't want to bore your ears. I promise I'm not going to go an hour into the show because I'm so disturbed. And I was crying on the inside. I was really crying when I saw how Kim Burrell shaded Fantasia. When I saw and heard how Leandria went off and was so broken and drunk and gone and just isolated. With how Marvin Winans, I guess, robbed her of her money and others. That stuff hurts. And if you're not together, you're not together. Just try to be kind at least to the people. Your business is your business, but let's be professional, You hire a singer, you buy talent, do it right. You want to be a business person. Don't kill, knock somebody over the head, sleep with somebody's husband or wife to get in, to be irrelevant, because you're still irrelevant at the end of the day. And God will reveal the truth. Karma will come back to bite you. You're not going to escape karma. It's just not going to happen. Whether that person died or is alive out of their mind, locked away, karma will come back, and that person will get it through another person's justice. It's just the way it's designed, because the devil is evil and he is not created to win. It's by choice we choose whom this day who we will serve. I chose God, especially after. First of all, I always chose him as a child. I love worship. I love singing. I love praise and worship. But I wanted to live my own life. I wanted to experience. And it was others mainly when I was trying to be a worshiper and choir and a darn nun almost. It was those pulling me here and there and everywhere, going carry out my legacies. And I'm not really saying they're the blame in what happened, because they're not. That's unfair. But what I'm saying is just maybe if I would have got to live my life a little bit the way that I wanted to, it probably would allow me to escape a lot of the avenues that I escaped. And then maybe not. Who's to say? So anyways, I just wanted you to know that I'm not cramming or rushing this or cramming it down your throat when I say choose this day whom you want to serve. I'm just saying, because in God we know that he's meek, he's humble, he's forgiving. His grace and mercy allows us to be forgiven and have many second chances. And he tells us to forgive 77 times 77 in the King James Version Bible, those who believe that. So be transformed, be renewed. I'm doing the same thing. And those who are backslider, I'm a backslider. I was in church as a teenager, as a child, as a young woman. And I just constantly found myself in situations forced. Not because I wanted to. And then it did turn after I felt like, hey, if I can't beat them, join them. But that's not the case. Keep on fighting no matter how hard it is, no matter how deep it looks that you're in your valley, no matter how long it seems like it's taking. Just pray and have faith. You can't not let go of your faith. And just remember that it might seem like that you're older, you've missed out on a lot, because Lord knows I say that all the time. But your latter days will be your greater days, which means that your older days will be your better days, because you're experienced, you learned, you know what not to do, where not to go, who not to trust. You have more wise eyes, like the owl. Your eyes are wiser. You can soar higher like the eagle, because hey, wait a minute, I've been there, done that. I know that kind of talk. Wait, I know that road and that avenue. I know that scent. No, Lordy, I wouldn't dare wear those colors. I ain't shaking that hand. I won't sign that type of contract. So in the name of Jesus, the shadows that come through, the witchcraft that run through the walls and up through the ceiling and over the roof, that we be protected from the atmosphere of satanic witchcraft, even in conversations. They don't win, in the name of Jesus. So speaking, that God give us help on how to speak, how to act, the wisdom and instructions. It's not easy. I not too long had a debate and an argument with my mother, my daughter. And it's a way to speak. It's a way to bring your point across. And sometimes everything uttered out of you is not the most wise thing to do or say. Maybe somebody might not be in the right state of mind you think they look like they're in. So you have to be very careful, in what we do and in judging the church and how we judge the church. The Bible gives them the power to, those who don't understand that. But there's a way to do it. Those of the experienced church, there's a way to do it. There's a way to treat the backsliders. There's a way to treat the newcomers. There's a way for you to be honest and really reveal what you're doing, how you're acting, what you're wearing, how you sitting up there taking away and adding or you're not supposed to, or you're leading in your own understanding. So think about that, leaders. I have to think about that, and that's okay, right? So think about fasting and praying for strength. Fasting is to give you strength. It's what the disciples did. It's what God did. So I'm not forcing this, but I'm asking that God comes to help us get an understanding, to lead us into the right, truthful organization. I'm asking God to lead us into the right, truthful organizations that can help us be renewed and transformed and receive the gift of the tongues, speaking in his Holy Ghost and not speaking for fun or making fun or a demonic Latin pig language for spells and rituals. Because in the name of Jesus, if you're chosen, I pray that God protects you and guides you just like he's always done me. Church is the body. Your body is the spirit, your soul. So you have to work on you and be careful what you intake and what comes out of you. It's a process. It's a progress, you know. It can't be anywhere doing anything. And anybody can't be all over it and touching it because it is sacred. You know, we mess up, but that's okay. You got another chance. Come on. So let's not be debative and argumentative and dishonest about this situation. You can listen with your ears, with your heart, with your soul. Your soul will choose. Fasting, you can start at midnight to 6 o'clock. If you're beginning, let's try a beginner, midnight to 4. Just imagine yourself being on a bus, car, train, airplane, and there's no stops. You run out of food, beverage, even your inventory, snacks, food, drinks, you run out of. So you have to practice. There is no food. You have to think of survival. I can't wait till we get to that next stop. Oh, I'm so hungry. Well, you got to wait. Well, I'll just read a book or I'll just listen to some music. You're going to have to do it anyway. So that's a way to teach yourself and train your way to start fasting, and great rewards will come to you.
TuneTank.com. 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 Toontank.com. 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 Toontank.com.
Hey, we're about an hour over. I think I'll push it and we'll extend this morning inspirational playlist. We'll add it on to the Kim Burrell segment just to give you some hope. So this is a special edition.
Toontank.com.
The Chantel Hart Show blog.
Toontank.com. 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 teamtank.com. teamtank.com. ToonTank.com. 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 TuneTank.com. 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 TuneTank.com.
Welcome to the Chantel Hart Show blog. Enjoy. Thank you guys. That was my time. Hope the words that I've given you this morning has inspired you. And I'm going to continue with the hours on to the other segments. Check out the morning inspirational playlist where we're going to get our jams up past the 7 o'clock hour. It is 8 a.m. and I'm ending this segment of the Kim Burrell Show. All right. Meet me over at the other segments. Talk to you soon. Bye. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you for the subscribes at YouTube. Thank you for the comments and the likes at the other platforms that I've had on the Chantel Hart Show. I am now the Chantel Hart Show blog. Enjoy the time and the 11-year presence and faithfulness that you've given me. Over 6,000, nearly over 1,000 downloads, likes. And I just want you guys to transfer all that love to the new domain podcast, the Chantel Hart Show blog. That's my time. See you later.